And one of my roles in the administration is to run the Governor's Office of Workforce Transformation, where we've focused over the course of the last year and a half on trying to develop the tech skills and the right kind of skills to fit the needs of the economy. And one of the things that we did, one of the things we created in partnership with the legislature is something called TechCred. TechCred was designed to help upskill or reskill people in the workforce so that they had the skills for what's happening in the economy to position not only the businesses to have the talent that they need to succeed, but to give people the skills that they're going to need to compete. But to put that in context, we built that program with essentially a 4% unemployment rate, where businesses couldn't find enough people. Now, in a COVID world, we have a 16% unemployment rate. People have had their lives disrupted, and many things have changed. But we've learned some things during this process. We've learned that technology skills were important before. They're perhaps even more important coming out of this. If you think about the fact that some of the things that have changed have been telehealth, distance working, distance learning, and as you talk with businesses and they look at what that future looks like for them, they're going to be very selective in their hiring decisions for the near future, and tech skills are going to be even more in demand. So what we are doing is we're going to modify the TechCred program, because previously it was only for people who were employed. Now we're going to allow that for people who are not employed, who may be coming, could come to work for a company if they had the right kinds of skills. And so what we're announcing today is that change, and the latest round of awards. We should have announced this in April, but because of the coronavirus, we weren't able to do that because there weren't the training opportunities and the alignment just were not there as we were confronting the shutdowns and the situation we all faced in April. But today we're announcing 150 companies have been approved for $1.2 million in that round of funding, which will allow for credentials to be developed for 1,045 Ohioans. A total of 500 employers have been approved for reimbursement under the TechCred program, and is allowing 4,232 tech-focused credentials to be earned by people around the state. And we are also announcing the launch of the fourth application period, which is designed which will open on June the 1st through June the 30th. So employers can visit techcred.ohio.gov. Right now we have 753 approved credentials. Remember, these are industry certified credentials. 411 of them at least can be completed through distance learning or approved workplace learning. And so please take advantage of that if you're interested. We will reimburse an employer up to $2,000 for a technology-focused credential, and to be eligible, they need to be short-term, which means less than 1 year, tech-focused, and industry recognized. And that's the new future in the economy. Businesses, the nature of work is changing quickly. Technology is changing quickly. People's skills need to change quickly along with this. The program that we have with TechCred is designed to do that. So in this COVID world, in this post-COVID world that we are looking toward, these skills are going to be more vital than ever. The program is being modified to account for people who are not working right now so they can get those skills and move forward. And there is really a reason for hope, because this is, even though we're still going through a difficult time, businesses are starting to think about that future. People are starting to think about the future of their careers, and this is a tool for you to use to take advantage of the programs that are available, the resources that have been made available, and the opportunities that the two combined can create. So we encourage employers to take advantage of that. We encourage prospective employees to do so as well.